ROS developers. Hello everybody and welcome to a new open class. We are today in open class number 183 and today we are going to be exploring a little bit about Gazebo and how we can easily in a few minutes move from a sketch to an actual simulation that we can use in order to test our robot, for instance. So this is going to be the topic for today. Welcome everybody. As always, please let me know if everything is fine, if the image is fine, audio is also fine, so that I can continue without problems with the class. And meanwhile, I'm going to switch already to my computer screen. So let me do that right now. There we go. Let me go to the class so that I can get all your messages. So that I can see here, Jan says fine, everything is fine. Miguel Angel, okay, looks good. Hello, all good. All right, excellent. Then we are ready to get started. So I see some new names here. Is this your first open class or not the first one? Have you been already to previous ones? I can see also Tisas is here in the chat. He's our intern and he has actually helped creating today's class. This is my first open class, says Miguel. Also my first for Barun. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, then let me tell you for the new ones that these classes are interactive classes, yeah? So you are not... I don't want you to be there in your computers just listening and watching to what I am doing or saying or explaining, but I want you to be doing, working, yeah? Then for this purpose, what we do in our classes is to share a full contained ROS project with all of you, yeah? Then in order to get this rosject, all you have to do is to click on this link that appears here right above the chat, which says fork and open the class rosject. So I'm going to click here myself right now in order to get my own copy. And this is going to automatically take you here to the rosject screen. As you can see, here in the right side, you have the streaming panel, yeah, with the live video streaming, also the chat here so that you can put your comments, questions, feedback, whatever you want. All right. And here is where you are going to have your main rosject page, all right, which right now it is loading. Now, in my case, I'm going to remove this to have some more free space here to work in the project. Then let me actually move this out, and then I'm going to also open here the class. There we go, so that I can still so that I can see the chat and everything. Okay. And just out of curiosity, so for the ones who is the first class, how did you find out about the class? How did you know? Just out of curiosity. Gilbert says, for me the course notebook is not opening. Okay, we'll go to that in a moment. Gilbert. Then also let me tell you that this project, you are going to have it in your account forever, yeah? So once you click on this button, as I told you a moment ago, then you are going to be redirected directly here to the rosject page. But also, if you go to the My Rosjects area here in the left menu, you are going to see a copy of the rosject of today's class rosject here, and you are going to be able to access this rosject I don't know, next week, next month, whenever you want, in order to work on the project or to check something that you don't remember. All right. Okay, then yeah, so for me it has not opened directly for some reason also. In any case, don't worry, all you have to do here is to click on the default EPI notebook. Okay, you click on this default.epinb, and this is going to open the notebook for you. Okay, here you have it. Okay, so we are going to have it here. I don't know why it didn't open automatically. in any case. We still have it here, all right? Yeah, this solved your issue, Gilbert? Yeah. Okay, let me see your first live class, but have watched live recorded open ones. Email, Francis says that he knew about the open class by email, I suppose. I subscribed for monthly packages. Fix it, it's another screen now. Okay, Gilbert, great. I've been doing the ROS to Basics Python lately, saw the notification on my dashboard. Okay, that's interesting. For Ricardo also didn't open. Okay, so have you all been able to open the notebook as I explained? Yes? Are we ready to go? Yes, yes. All right, excellent. Then what are we going to see today? Okay, so today what we are going to explore is how we can move to something like this, which is a sketch of a, in this case, this sketch is from our office, okay? It's a map generated using ROS navigation, by the way, of our office. But yeah, so this applies to any sketch. You can have you can write down even in a paper with a pen and a sketch of your room, yeah, and have something similar to this. Okay. Then what we are going to see today is how to very easily we can set up a basic simulation from a sketch and have it running into Gazebo. All right. And why would we want to do that? Well, because imagine that you have a robot and you want to test it in, I don't know, in an environment that resembles your room. Yeah? Then you can create very quickly, using this method, a Gazebo simulation based on a sketch, and then spawn into that simulation your robot and do some tests before you actually work with the real robot. Yeah? And yeah, so this is what we are going to be seeing today. In this case, we are going to focus on this room that we have here, all right, which is the entrance to our office. And I'm going to create a basic simulation, okay? I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm going to create something basic, but yeah, you can, once you have the basic simulation, you can customize it and add as many things as you want, okay? Now, yeah, so let's go for it. Then the very first thing is that we are going to be launching Gazebo, of course. And here I want to add a note that in this case, we are going to be using Gazebo Classic, okay? So this is the Gazebo that has been working since many years, yeah? And yeah, so for this class, we are going to be using Gazebo Classic, all right? Then in order to launch this Gazebo, all you have to do is to open a new terminal and execute the Gazebo command, okay? So this is the very first thing that we are going to do. Let me do that myself here. And in order to open a new terminal, you have to go to the main rosject page, which is this one. And here in the bottom side, you are going to find several icons, yeah, which allow you to open different tools. In this case, we are going to click on the first one, which says Web Shell. By clicking here, this is going to open a new terminal. This is a Linux terminal, regular Linux terminal, yeah? So here you can type commands and see what's inside this rosject. Okay, and then here, what we have to do, as the notebook instruction says, is to execute the Gazebo command, okay? Then this is going to open a Gazebo window, as you can see. Here you have it, and you can organize it as you prefer, okay? For the ones that are not used to work with rosject, here you can organize all your workspace as you prefer, okay? Then here I have a Gazebo simulation, in this case with an empty world, right? Yeah, so far so good. Is everybody following? Any issues so far? Okay, I think everything is good so far, no issues. Okay, then let's keep going. Okay, so what now? Now what we are going to do is to use a tool which is known as the building editor. Okay? And it's very easy to access this tool. You just have to go to the Gazebo window here, and then you click on the edit button, and down here you're going to find the building editor. You have also a shortcut with Control B. Yeah, but we want to open the building editor. Let me click here, and then you're going to see something like this. Okay, you have here in the top side a kind of paper, yeah, to draw things, and down here you have a 3D representation, the actual Gazebo world. Yeah. Then the interesting thing from this editing mode is that whatever you write here as a sketch is going to be automatically rendered into a 3D model down here in the simulation. Okay, you will see this in a moment. So all we have to do here is to draw the room, building, whatever we want to have in a simulated environment, and then this is going to be automatically rendered into a 3D model that we are going to be able to see in the moment here. You will see in a moment. Yeah, this allows, for instance, to create multi-level buildings with stairs, etc. Many things. We are going to just be doing today a basic room. Yeah. Then there we go. So what we are going to do here is something like this. Yeah, we are going to actually draw here the sketch of our room. Okay. Here I'm going to be following this, but in your case you can do whatever you want. Okay, you have freedom. You don't have to be doing exactly this. Okay, so if you want to do some design of your own, you can do it. Okay, I allow you to do so. Now I'm going to be following something like this. Okay, more or less. It doesn't have to be exact at all, because this is based on the sketch here that we have at the beginning. Right? Going to be doing something like this. There is here a column. Okay. Then, all right, and then I know as reference that more or less this is 8.5 meters. Okay. Then let's go for it. So I'm going to start by creating the walls of the room. Yeah. So for that I'm going to click here in the wall icon, in the left. Okay. Let me make this a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to click here in wall, and then I'm going to start by drawing here one of the walls. As I'm drawing it, you can see that it's being generated down here, right? Also, I can see the meters, the distance of the wall right now. So right now, this is 4 meters, okay? Then I'm going to do something which is 8.5 as my sketch, okay? There we go. Then now I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go up. Okay, I can do like this. There we go. I don't know. Let's do it 3 meters. Okay, something like this. Then I'm going to go again here. You can do some weird figures here, like this, for instance. I'm going to continue here, and then I'm going to stop here. Okay, once we stop, you can click on the ESC button. Escape, and then you are going to escape the editing mode. Okay, now if you want to continue from the other side, you just click again on the wall, and we start from this vertex here, and then I don't know, I'm going to make something here like this, just improvising a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to close it. No, I don't like this one. Okay, in case that you don't like something, don't worry, you can just click on the wall, right click and delete, okay? Let me redo this part here. Let's go there, and then I'm going to, this is not exactly fitting, so let me do like this, go up. There we go, a bit. And here I'm going to close it. Actually, I'm not going to fully close it. I'm going to leave it here. Why? Because one thing that I want to add here is a door, okay? So here, for instance, you can add windows, stairs, whatever. What I'm going to add here is actually a door, okay? Here we go. Okay? Yeah, and for instance, now also I want to add here the column. Let me put it here inside. Yeah. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I'm probably not the best architect in the world, so that's why I prefer to go for the robotics career. But yeah, so you get the general idea, right? Yeah. And yeah, so right now already I can see what this is looking like. Yeah, so this is the room that I have created so far. Down here you can see it. Okay. Yeah. For instance, hey, I want. You can also add a texture. For instance, if you click here directly, you select that texture from the left menu and you paste it here, you are going to be able to add textures live. Okay? For instance, let's change the texture of these two walls. There we go. Okay? And this one here on the other side, I'm going to make it of bricks. Okay? These are the default textures, but you can, as you can see, you can add your own by importing them. Okay? Yep. So far, so good. Has everybody finished their design? Have you created your designs? Are you following the same as I, or are you creating your own? The same, okay, okay. My own, okay, Andreas is going for his own. Okay, I like that. More or less the same, okay. Okay, all right, great. So, yeah, once we finish, okay, let's continue with the notebook. By the way, everything that I am doing, you can find it here explained step by step in the notebook, okay? So in case that you are missing some step, you can come here and check it out, all right? So once we are finished, what we are going to do is to save our model, all right? Then let's go to the Gazebo screen, File, Save As, and let's give a name to our design. In this case, we are going to name it Room, okay? And the path where I'm going to save this is actually in Home User, okay? So in Home User, I'm going to save my room designed, okay? And once I am done, I just click on the Save button right here. Save. There we go, okay? Now, let's do one thing before continuing so that you get an idea of what's going on, yeah? So right now what I have done is to save this design, this room, as a model, as a Gazebo model, okay? So let's do one thing. Let's open the code editor right now, okay? What is the code editor? Well, you have it here right at the right side of the terminal of the web shell. Yeah, this icon here, which says code editor. If you click here, this is going to open the code editor, which basically it's going to allow you to navigate through the project files using a graphical interface, yeah? Which is much more convenient and user-friendly. And then here you're going to see that this new model has been created, named Room, with an SDF file and a config. You can have a look if you want to see how this has been built, yeah? With all the links, all the different walls, with all the textures, etc. Okay? Now, so at this point we are already done. Once we have saved our model, we can exit the building editor. So we can go to File, Exit, Building Editor. Exit. And then we are going to have our Gazebo simulation right here with the room that we have designed. okay? Yep. So at this point, what we are going to do here is to add some furniture, okay? Because right now this is looking very poor. So for instance, let's add I don't know, some furniture here, yeah. So in order to do this easily, very easily, you can do it from the Gazebo interface here. And this is done by moving from the World tab here to the Insert tab, yeah. So here in the World tab, you can see currently your simulation with two models. One is the ground plane, which is this floor here, and the other one is the room, which is the model that we have just created, okay? Now we are going to insert some extra models by using the Insert tab, which is very easy, okay? In order to insert a model like this, all you have to do is to come here and then select one of the sources. In this case, we are going to select the Gazebo source, yeah, which provides some default models that you can add directly, yeah? If you click here in this models gazebosim.org to expand, you are going to get a list with many models that you can directly add to the simulation, okay? For instance, I can see here an Euro pallet. We can put somewhere around here in our simulation, okay? Let's put it here. Many things, I don't know. Here, I think that in the rosject, it suggests to add a bookshelf, which you can also add. I think it's somewhere around here, bookshelf. Let's put a bookshelf here. Okay, you can add a coffee table. Let's put also here a coffee table, in case that whoever enters this room wants to get a coffee. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see. What else can we add? Something that it's not too big. Let me see. A mailbox. Shall we add a mailbox here? Outside here, just in case somebody wants to leave a letter for us. We are going to add the mailbox out here, okay? All right, so there we go. Then once you are happy with your design, all you have to do is to come here again to File and Save World, okay? And now we are going to save it again in Home User, okay? So here in Home User, we are going to save our world as, let's say, room.world, okay? room.world in our Home User folder and save, okay? All right, then at this point, we can already exit Gazebo, okay? So I'm going to exit Gazebo like this, and if I go back to my editor, I'm going to see the new world file that has been saved here. Okay? Yep. So far, so good. Let me go back to the... Have you saved your world files? Yes. Okay, it's a pity that we cannot share images in this chat, because I would like now to see your designs. What rooms have you created? But yeah, maybe something that we can work out for the future to allow the people here in the chat to upload images. All right, then let's keep going. Okay, let me go back to the notebook so that we are all in the same section. Okay, so we have already added our items to the simulation, right? Using the Insert tab. We have already saved the world. Okay, so now we have a Gazebo world ready to be used, okay? So now what we are going to do is to create a ROS2 package that it's going to actually load this world. Yeah. Once we have a world, okay, very nice, but we need to actually insert it in the ROS ecosystem. Okay. So for that, we are going to create a ROS2 package, and we are going to launch this Gazebo world using ROS2. Okay. So this is the step that we are going to be doing right now. Then for this, we are going to create a new package inside our ROS2 workspace. Yeah. So here you have the commands in order to do this, which I'm going to be replicating right now. First of all, I'm going to create the new package. So let me go back here to the terminal. I go inside the ROS2 workspace SRC folder. Yeah, always that we create a new package, we have to put it here in the SRC folder of the workspace. And then I'm going to execute this command to generate the new package. I'm going to create a new package named Limo _Gazebo _environment. Okay, so let's execute this command. And now, if you navigate using the code editor inside the ROS2 workspace SRC folder, you are going to find the new package that you have just created. All right. Okay, then let's continue. Next step is that we are going to create some new folders inside our package. Yeah, more precisely, we are going to create a launch folder where we are going to place the launch files that we are going to be creating, a models folder where we are going to put the model that we have just created, and a worlds folder where we are going to put also the world that we have just created. All right? So let's execute these commands to do this. So we go inside our package and then we create the 3 new directories like this. Yeah? And then you are going to see that the directories are created here also. All right? Okay. Now, we are going to edit the CMake list txt. Yeah? CMake list txt file. This is the file that basically creates the rules for when I build my package. In this case, the only thing that I'm going to do here is to add this section here. Okay? I'm adding this section here which says install. It's using the install function from CMake. Yeah? Let me actually copy this and paste it here to my CMake, right before the bottom. There we go. So what am I doing here? Basically, I am telling the system that whenever I compile this package, I want to install everything that is inside these folders. Launch folder, world folder, and models folder. I want to install this into my ROS2 workspace. Okay? So that then ROS2 can detect all these files and use them. Okay. Now, what is the next step? Then the next step is to create our launch file. All right? Here we have the launch file, and here we have the contents of our launch file. So what we are going to do now is to create this new launch file. Where? Inside our launch folder, right? So I'm going to create this file using directly the code editor in this case. So what I'm going to do is to right click on the launch folder like this and then select new file. And here I'm going to put the name of the file, which is going to be room.launch.py. Okay? There I have my file, which right now, of course, it's empty. Then what I am going to do now is to basically populate this file with the contents that you have here in the rosject. Okay? So I'm going to select all this code, copy it with a Ctrl-C shortcut, and then paste it right here into my file. There we go. Okay? And here I have my launch file. So what is going on here? Let's have a quick look at what we are doing here in this launch file. It's very simple. So what we are doing is to declare some variables. Yeah. First variable is the Gazebo models path. Here we are specifying the models folder. Okay. The package name, which is Limo Gazebo environment, right? and the world file name, which is room.world. Okay? Then with all these, we are generating some paths. Yeah? We are generating a path to the world file. Yeah? So the world file is inside our package, inside the worlds folder, and it's named room.world, sorry. And the Gazebo models path, it's the same. So the models that we are going to use in Gazebo are inside our package and inside the Gazebo models path, which is the models folder. Right now, this is empty, okay? But now in a moment, we are going to put our files here. Okay? Yeah? And then we are loading this path to the Gazebo model path. Yeah? Gazebo uses this environment variable in order to look for models. Okay, now, what we are doing here? Well, we are basically launching Gazebo. Yeah? Gazebo has two components. First component is the GZ server, which is the where actually all the heavy work is done. Yeah, all the physics computations, all that is going on in the GZ server. Yeah, and for this we need to pass our world. What world do we want to launch? Yeah, and then we launch GZ client, which basically is the visualization tool. Yeah, the client allows us to visualize, yeah, the simulation and what's going on there. Yeah, so we launch both. We launch GZ server with our world and then GZ client so that we can see what's going on. Okay? Yep. Okay. Then what is missing here? Well, basically what we need to do is to actually move our files into our package, right? Because we have created here this model and this world, but we have to move this into our package, okay? Then this is basically what we are doing here. So first of all, we copy the room model inside our package, inside the models folder, and we copy the room world also inside the worlds folder of our package, right? So let me copy these commands and execute them to have this done here. There we go. Yeah, and now if you inspect your package, you are going to see that inside the worlds folder you have your world, the room.world, and inside the models folder you have the room model. Okay? So, last thing remaining is to compile our package and launch it and see what happens, right? So let's do that. Let's compile our package. Yeah? Call build. It's the command used in ROS2 to compile. Okay, so this has compiled successfully. And then now, in order to launch it, we are going to use the launch file that we have just created, right? So, ROS2 launch Limo Gazebo environment, which is the name of the package, and room.launch.py, which is the launch file that we have just created. Okay? If you execute this command, you are going to see that Gazebo is loaded with the world that we have just created. Yep, here we have it. This is the room that I have created. Yep. So far so good. Have you been able to Tisas is saying, I think everyone can post their environment on Twitter with sketch to simulation the construct. Yeah, actually that's a very cool idea. So yeah, whoever wants, I encourage you to publish your designs in Twitter using, well, in Twitter, which now it's X, okay? So the formerly known Twitter, which now is X, you can post your images there with the hashtag and tagging us, of course, so that we can see it. Okay, so it seems like Gilbert has been able to follow. What about the rest, guys? Any problems? Any issues? Did you get lost at some point? Yes, okay. So I think that I am not able to find the model where I saved. Okay. So that depends on where you saved. See it. Wherever you have saved your model, the model must be there. In my case, I saved in home user. Yeah. So my model is here. I saved here in home, not this, sorry. Spanish. I saved here, so my model is here, room. Okay, but maybe you saved it in a different path. Okay, maybe you saved it in a different path, but it's going to be somewhere there in the rosject. You just have to find it. Okay. All right. So very nice. Now we have our world. Yeah, but actually we are roboticists, right? So with just a world, we are not going to have much fun, right? So actually what we are going to do now is to spawn a robot into this world, okay? And the robot can be whatever robot, yeah? Whatever robot that you have a simulated version of it, you can load it into a Gazebo world. In this case, we are going to be using the Limo robot, okay? The one that we used in the last class. We were showing this Limo robot last class. So we are going to use this one, okay? And then we are going to spawn a Limo robot into our world, okay? And how are we going to do that? Very easily. We just have to add some things to the launch file, yeah? Then here, we have a second version, a second launch file, which is limo.launch.py, which basically it's this same launch file, but with some additions that I'm going to explain right now in a moment, yeah? So let's create this second launch file here inside our package and inside the launch folder, of course, yeah? So here I'm going to create a new launch file named limo.launch.py. And then in this launch file, I'm going to copy again and paste these contents, okay? So I'm going to copy all this and paste it into my launch file. There we go, okay? So that I have something like this. Then, what is going on here? Okay, so as you can see, again, we have all the variables that we had in the other launch file, right? All these Gazebo models path, package name, world file. Here we have added 2 extra variables. Why? Because for spawning the robot into my simulation, I need access to the URDF file that defines my robot, yeah? So here I am providing the path to this URDF file. Yeah? The URDF file that defines my robot is this one, limo4div.chacro, which is inside the URDF folder, which is in the Limo description package. Yeah? And where is this package? Where I have it here inside this workspace. Yeah? If you go inside this Limo ROS2 packages, you are going to find this package, Limo description, which has a URDF folder, which inside has this chacro file. Okay? So in order to be able to spawn a robot into a Gazebo simulation, you need to have access to the URDF file. Yeah? Then here we are adding some extra variables also. Basically, this is only to indicate the coordinates where we want to spawn the robot. Yeah? By changing this, you are going to change the coordinates where your robot is going to be spawned in the simulation. Okay? What else? Okay, so here we have, we are creating all the paths as we were doing before, and the addition here is that we are also creating a path for the Limo description package. Okay? Why? Because we need to get access to the URDF file, as I was saying. Yeah? Okay, then again, we have to repeat the same. We have to start Gazebo, and we do this by starting both GC server and GC client. All right? And then this is the new addition, which is related to the robot. Then what are we doing here? First of all, we need to launch the robot state publisher, which is a very important node. And this node is in charge of reading the URDF file. Yeah, so as you can see here, we are providing the path to our URDF file. Yeah, the path that we have generated here. Yeah, then based on the URDF file contents, this robot state publisher is going to publish the transforms of the robot. Yeah, it's going to publish the transforms of the robot. Yeah, which in the end is the state of the robot. Yeah, what is the structure of my robot? This is what is defined in the URDF file. Yeah, so this robot state publisher node is going to read the URDF file and with that information publish the state of the robot using TFs, transforms. All right, and then with this information, what we are going to do is to spawn this URDF into Gazebo. For this, what is used is the spawn entity script, yeah, from the Gazebo ROS package. Okay? Yeah, and then here we indicate the coordinates where to spawn the robot. And that's it, okay? So, what we are going to do now is to stop the current world, and of course, I need to recompile my workspace, right? I have added a new launch file, so I need to rebuild my package. There we go, source. And then, now I'm going to launch from my package, Limo Gazebo environment, and the new launch file is named limo.launch.py. So let's execute this launch file. And now, what we are going to have is our world with the Limo robot inside it. Yeah, it's right there. Let me rotate it so you can see it. There I have it. Okay? There you go. And now, this robot, I can do whatever I want with it. So I can, for instance, start moving it around the environment. Let me use for this the teleoptwist keyboard. Okay. Yeah, so let me put this like this. Go. Yeah. So there we go. Okay. And of course, you can monitor what's going on here with RVs, for instance. Yeah, let me launch also RVs here as an addition. RVs 2. There we go. And here you can, for instance, I don't know, add, let me select a correct frame, and then here I'm going to add the visualization of the laser, for instance. Okay? Let me make this bigger, because otherwise we are not going to see it. Yeah? And let me add the TFs of the robot so that I can see where the robot is. Probably. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, the laser scanner of the robot is detecting the walls of my room. Yeah? Then here I can start creating a program in order to make the robot move around the room, whatever you want. Yeah? There you go. Or even, I think that this robot actually has a camera. So if we add a camera here to RVs, let me see. Or it has not. I think it does. Yeah. So here we can even use the camera to visualize what's going on here around the environment. Yeah. So let's look there at the okay. Okay, I can see a suggestion here from Tisas. Yeah. So, okay, have you been able to follow, guys? Do you have the robot spawned in your room, in your environment, wherever? Yes. Yeah, bonus point for anyone who implements the Explore code from the previous open class. Yeah. Problems? Has anyone shared their simulation in Twitter? Any questions? Something that you did not understand, I don't know, from this launch file, for instance, the last one where we are spawning the robot into our world? Is it clear? Have you followed? Have you understood the process? Yes? Okay, so as you can see, basically what we wanted to show in this class is how you can have in very few minutes a simulation working of an environment that you can use for testing. Yeah. Then this is a very basic simulation, and then with this simulation you can customize it, you can improve it, you can add custom models, you can do many things. Yeah. But this is just a good starting point to have something set up quick. Okay. Done without Explore code. Okay. Yeah, that's too much for this class. There's not enough time. All right, guys, then if there are no more questions, I think I'm going to leave it here. But before that, let me tell you, I have added here at the end of the notebook a couple of links. Yeah. So okay. So if you want to keep learning more about Gazebo, you have access here to the course. Okay, Gazebo Sim with ROS2. I have left a link here to the course. Okay, and actually this course is from Gazebo Sim, which is the newer version. Okay, but we also have another course on Gazebo Classic. Whatever version you prefer, it's this one, Mastering Gazebo Sim. This is for Gazebo Classic. Yeah. So if you want to keep learning more about Gazebo and how to do many more cool things with Gazebo, you have the links to the courses here. And also we have, for the attendance to this class, you can have a Limo at a reduced price. Yeah. The original Limo is at $3,200. And for the attendance of this class, you can use a coupon code in order to get a very huge offer on a Limo Pro robot. Okay, it's 700 euros discount. It's not as much discount as for the last class, but it is still a very big discount. Yeah. So if you would like to have it, here you have a link. It's a great robot. If you don't know about it, I encourage you especially to have a look at the previous open class. Open class number 182 that you can find here in self-led courses, open classes. Okay, here you can have a list of all the classes that we've done so far. And in the previous one, which is this one, Learn ROS2 with a Limo robot, here we were showing a lot this robot. We connected to a real robot, so really, really cool. And if you want to know more about this robot and see how it looks in action, you can. I really encourage you to have a look at this class. Also, very interesting topic there. And yeah, so basically that's it. I'm going to leave it here if there are no more comments. Ruben is saying that the notebook not showing is a permission issue. Okay. Okay, Ruben, I can try it now in a moment. Maybe the students also can do it. Let's try that. Then I'm going to close here, and then I execute this. I need to run sudo probably, right? There we go. And now if I open the notebook, probably it's going to appear here, right? Yep, there we go. Okay, thank you, Ruben. Thanks a lot. Ruben is a colleague from the construct. Gilbert says, thank you, thanks a lot, great work. Feel free to post your comment from TISAS. All right, great. Guys, then I'm going to leave it here. Thanks to all of you for attending this class. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you have learned something new and that you can create some cool designs and share it with us. And yeah, I'm going to see you in the next open class. And as always, until then, keep pushing your ROS learning. Bye-bye.